How do you differentiate one culture from another? Clothing, food, architecture, these are some of the most common ways. But here's the most potent one. How people express themselves, how they communicate. Language is a rich repository of culture. Unfortunately, it's also an endangered species. Hundreds of languages are on the brink of extinction. They're dying at unprecedented rates, with only a handful of speakers left. These are the findings of a new study by the Australian National University. It says we're looking at a mass extinction event, one that could see nearly a fifth of the world's languages disappear without a trace by the end of this century. Nearly a fifth. That's 1,500 languages. 7,000 or so languages are recognized globally today. Out of these, 1,500 mother tongues are at risk of disappearing. What's causing this? The study cites at least 51 reasons. 51 reasons why these languages are in peril. They range from lack of documentation of these languages to the lack of legal recognition, from inculcation of these languages in education to not having enough speakers, from the forced adoption of other languages to violence towards native speakers. These are some of the reasons. There are many more. Next question. Where is this language extinction happening? Mostly in developed countries, Australia, Canada, the United States. They're reporting catastrophic rates of language loss. More than 70% of indigenous languages in these countries are in danger. In Australia alone, nearly 210 indigenous languages have disappeared since the country was colonized. Before that, 250 languages were spoken in Australia, indigenous languages, 250. Now only 40 of them remain, 40. And only 12 are being taught to children. And this is a disturbing trend. It's not limited to Australia or to the Western world. The story in India is hardly better. Despite being one of the most multilingual countries in the world, there are at least 600 potentially endangered languages in India today. They're mostly nomadic languages, and these are spoken by people in states like Maharashtra, Karnataka and Telangana. Also in Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh in the northeast. Studies say these languages are dying because of migration, lack of recognition, discrimination, a whole lot of things. Surely this is something to care about, because when you lose a language, you lose an entire culture, its stories, its history, its rituals, its songs, its anecdotes, customs, all of it. So for these reasons and more, it's vital to preserve dying languages, like we try to preserve dying species, like we preserve artifacts at museums. Linguistic diversity benefits all of us. It helps widen our horizons. It helps us learn about cultures. Not to mention, it makes our world a more colorful place. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.